this was just one of those occasions to where once I saw the female protagonist, it was love at first sight. It was a Romeo and Juliet for me. I couldn't help it. I remember the game back in the day, but the thing is that I never really was aware about a reboot or a second edition in terms of this particular game. But yeah, seeing this particular woman again, especially with the upgrades in terms of the visual presentation and the realism brought into the factor of what she looks like, along with all these other assholes I don't give a shit about. But her alone, just her, Faith Connors alone, she's just fine wine. She's practically a beautiful cake. She's like a cinnamon bun, something that's so sweet, so delicious, so delectable, so undetainable, something that you just cannot resist. Faith Connors alone was just everything that just makes my heart thump every single day. Romeo and Juliet once again, and I'm not a Shakespeare type of guy, but this chick alone, I played her game, and well, here's what I have to say about it. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is a first action-adventure platformer, and it's a reboot off the 2008 game Mirror's Edge. After Faith Connors was released from juvie, she's reunited with her guardian, Noah. He takes her under his wing after Faith's parents were brutally murdered. Faith is committed to seek revenge against a man named Gabriel Kruger with a little help from her friend Icarus. Now, as for my initial thoughts, I'm just going to get this bullshit out of the way and just express how I feel right now. Yes, I am in love with the main character, Faith Connors. I think she's hot, attractive, and I want her to butt fuck me in the ass with a strap on until my asshole is raw and tickled my stomach like the Pillsbury Doughboy mascot fucker, making me go, oh! Now I got that shit out of my system. Let's just get on to the fucking review. So, the story alone, there's two things that transpire within the whole element. You got your current main objective that has its reasoning, goals, and you have to achieve a lot of high technology terminology that doesn't cross fit with your own mentality. Within the main setting, I truly have a hard time understanding with what the premise is about. The visual flashbacks on Faith's past, I do understand, and I got what was happening and why she's committed. But listening in within the dialogue and what's being said, I had a hard time comprehending with the story, and I was honestly not interested. But when it came to Faith's flashbacks, that alone gained my own personal interest. It was appealing to learn about her backstory and the travesty she went through. Now, as for the gameplay, like mentioned, this is an action-adventure platformer. The sole purpose of the gameplay is the platforming. Honestly, that's the main attraction when I played this. It's a fun obstacle course when completing a mission, time travels, or delivering a package. You can jump, wall run, zip line, wall pull, swinging, grappling. The scales of different styles of platforming goes on, and it's absolutely fun. Now, as for main objectives in terms of the story, all you're doing is going back and forth from start to finish, stealing some computer chip, data hard drive, shutting down a power engineer telegraphic antenna, or you're just trying to steal your best friend's girl. I don't fucking know. But just the main objectives with the center story just feels like a rinse and repeat scenario. I do like the side quests, packaging deliveries, and time trials. The reason why I'm much more interested in that is because it's a nice little neat feature to test yourself within your pace and improving your speed within the platforming you do. I like how those options are there throughout your play. Test yourself, improve yourself, and you can set yourself personal records. Now, as for the action parts, throughout your gameplay, you're going to come across the police guys, or the K-Fabe, KC, whatever the fuck their names are, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Kentucky Fat Cocks, I don't know what the police names are. But you do come across those guys along the way, and they do have some elements in terms of their abilities. One's a hunter, beats the fuck out of you. One has a nightstick. The other one has one of those powered, engineered fucking laser guns, shoot the fuck out of you. All you can do is like punch, kick, spin kick. That's it. The action in this game, I'm not a fan of. It feels lackluster with, again, the kicking, punching, and just certain combos you can do. And the controls alone just feel extremely awkward. Pressing the L1, L2. Yeah, I don't know. It's just those types of buttons pressing for the action alone is just very awkward and just not really something out of the normal. But as for Faith Connors, other than my biasness to state objectively, I love her attitude, I love her appeal, her background, the care, heart, ability she does as a runner. And she stays dedicated to the ones that's close to her. Now, as for Icarus, I want to talk about him specifically. As for these other characters like Gabriel Kruger and Noah, I don't give a fuck about. But Icarus is a guy that's a character who's really grown on me throughout the whole entire game. I wasn't a fan of him at first, but he was starting to grow on me slightly as you get to know him more and more and how much care that he does have for Faith once they grow a full development throughout the story. As for the visuals and music, the visual presentation of the game is something else. When it shows the cutscenes of the story, the realism on the character's face is just magnificent. In terms of the city, it's nice, but I feel like I'm looking at a city that is just built by fucking cubes. I do admire the futuristic atmosphere, but again, I'm just looking at cubes, or squares, or circles, or ovals, or triangles, trapezoids, or whatever the fuck that this city is built out of. But the score, I'm not highly big on at all. It sounds like generic futuristic intergalactic shit you hear in that one game where you're playing as that cube jumping over obstacles. You know what I'm talking about, that game where you're playing that little cube and you have to follow the fucking beat, avoid spikes, and never mind. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Other than the initiative, and that's a big word right there, initiative, on Faith's flashbacks that got my full attention, I lost interest within the main story and just kept my focus on the gameplay element, improving my own skill within the element of platform, which I have significantly have gotten better as time progressed with other games that I have played. But is this a terrible game? No, it's not. I do think the game is enjoyable for what gives within the gameplay aspect, but the thing is that Mirror's Edge Catalyst, it is a decent enough game. I just don't see myself going back and playing it again anytime soon. So other than maybe watching Faith Connors looking incredible and seeing that Futanari porn and such on Pornhub, I mean, I got my fetishes. But again, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, it's a decent enough game, so well enough for me to give it a 6 out of 10. So with that being said, folks, that is my discussion on Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Have you played the game? Have you not? I don't know. But with that being said, ciao for now.